The Booth Radio.
Welcome back to the Booth Radio on UrbanGrindTV. I am the pride of the Eastside DJ MH Tutter, and I got the lovely Sonia Escobar on there with me. How are you, honey?
Good. I'm excited for somebody who's in the building. The name starts with D.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I see you too, MH. Drama.
Were you thinking about drama?
These nuts. I thought it was these nuts, but you like either way it works.
You say she in love with the D.
Either way it works for
Indeed.
me.
So, without further introduction needed, we got one of the dopest, one of the most energetic, one of the most poetic, one of the most influential.
Where the DJ horns at?
You feel me?
Right.
We got one of the dopest in the building, man. Dometi, what's good, Playboy?
What's going on, man? And Mage, thank you for the ill introduction, by the way.
No doubt, man. How are you? How everything been?
I'm good, and I appreciate the invite. Esco, I love you, sis. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for the invite, man. What's good? First of all, hip hop news was lit, by the way.
No doubt.
Y'all just dropped some hip hop history on us, because I didn't know the background of the Ruckus situation all the way. I watched the documentary, but I didn't know they still was beefing behind that.
I won't say they were still beefing. It was just more.
It was a little tension.
Yeah,
tension.
They said, Fat Joe said in a few interviews that he haven't spoken to Jay-Z since that incident. They've been in elevators together. Not that they just dislike each other. It's just that he a boss and he a boss. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they wasn't rocking. But
Well, I'll tell you this. I know we talk about my music right now, but I'm excited for that Fat Joe and Remy Ma project. Because I know a lot of these stories that Fat Joe is telling is, to promote the upcoming project. But that All the Way Up is my anthem. That's a gospel song to me. Because, I play that in the morning. That's my mantra right now, man.
they
all the way up. Yeah, so big salute to Fat Joe and Remy Ma, man.
No doubt, man. But you just said it. You got a lot going on with you, man. So what's good? Man, we got so much. We got singles. We got the project going on, man. But let's talk about your day job. We got everything.
Thank you.
So let's start with the album, man. Get the people the title of the album.
The title of the album is Non Finito, which means unfinished, right? And so I got that name from Michelangelo, the sculptor and the painter used to make these sculptures called Non Finito paintings. So they would look like they weren't finished, but out of the rubble and the dust or whatever, it was a masterpiece that came from it. So I think that we're like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We could try to be perfect. We could try to get, how many, Wiley's a businessman. You put projects together and you're like, no, I don't want to release this until it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's not the right way to go about it. You just release it with what you got, and it might still be a masterpiece. So that was the idea behind Non Finito.
I like that. So what could people expect from that project?
Bars.
Say no more.
No, bars and spirituality. It's a mixture, a lot of spirituality. Like you kind of go through my walk during the time that I recorded a lot of those records. I gotten saved, but I was still, living life the way we live life. It's just a young man. You know what I'm saying? So I go through some of that, and then I do this thing where music. I think our words become things. So. A lot of the time, during a project, if I'm depressed or going through something, I'm going to make songs that give like uplifting energy because hopefully it pulls me out of it.
Definitely.
And a lot of what I talked about then has become a reality for me now. You know what I'm saying? Even before it was actually a thing then. So a lot of uplifting music, you're going to hear a little bit of struggle, but I'll try not to dwell in that too much. But it's a decent project, man.
Speak it into existence, basically.
Amen. Yes, sir.
I like that.
Yeah.
So production-wise, like who helped you capture Non Finito? Like who helped you bring everything out of you for Non Finito?
My homie Zilla. So this is crazy. So Zilla, these are all folks from the Shy, from the crib.
Okay.
Zilla and his girlfriend Ravo. Him and his girl make beats.
Wow.
Which is insane. And she's like Missy Elliott, like Ravo. I'm telling she working on some stuff right now for my man I'm blanking on his name. He works with Lupe Fiasco from out of Chicago. Name starts with a G. It's gonna come back to me. But she does a lot of work with that brother. Not Gemini. What's this brother's name? Anyway, an ill MC. A lot of ill MCs out of Chicago. Her name is Ravo, but she produced Jack and Jill. My brother Zilla made Oh Yeah. My man Juice Beats made One of These Days.
Juice.
Yeah, that's the homie. And a couple beats I just grabbed off the internet,
Jack
man. Only like two of them.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. Jack and Jill is my joints, man. That's my joint, man. Yeah, y'all broke. I was listening. It's funny because, I was program director at WendySeatUnderground.com where we broadcast the Booth Radio. Just left a little while ago. But I was listening to the episodes, chopping it up, and I just happened to catch the song, and y'all broke it. So I appreciate that, man. I was love.
know, over here at the Booth Radio, we didn't put on a lot of people, and we didn't broke a lot of records that people, don't anticipate and don't expect. So
word.
It just is what it is, man. So you got any features on the album?
Not too many, actually. Let me see who featured on that joint, man. I got Ravo featuring singing on a song.
Okay.
It's really just all me. Oh, my man. I'm sorry, my man Brandon Cartier is featured on there on the last song as well. One of my favorite tracks on there. But it was, sometimes you got so much to say. You know what I'm saying? You just want to get it out and like, when you got a masterpiece you're working on, sometimes you want to be so confident in what you're doing that you don't really want to have any outside opinion or nothing. You don't want nobody in a booth like, yo, you should do this, you should do that. Yeah. So I wanted to just get it out the way I saw the vision in my mind, and So for the next one, I want to do a lot more collaboration.
What album is this? Like, how many albums? Like, you just dropped?
Oh yeah, this is like second solo, but like my fourth total. So I've been working since. For a long time. We was back in high school. I was in the newspapers for the albums we released then. My first joint was like when I was 15. We were selling it out the mall at River Oaks Mall with the kiosk.
What was it called?
It was called The Rough Draft.
Okay.
It was called The Rough Draft. I've always been on this wavelength about things not being finished, but it's still being good enough to put out into the world because I'm a perfectionist. So I'm trying to fight that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Second project was still proofreading. You know what I mean? And then the next one, I was young, man. And then the next one after that was From Prophet to Prophecy. And that was from going about living for money to living for God and spirituality. And then around that time, a pastor spoke a prophecy over my life. And I was trying to find, I had writer's block for a few months because it's like, how do you adjust to this new person that you've become and still stay true to the, you know what I mean? And how do you still move in that space? So it was like From Prophet to Prophecy. And that was the name of that first project, and then the second was Non Finito.
Fantastic. You know what? And it's not just the features on your album, but you are helping a lot of artists feature their work at the Artist Lounge. Can you tell me a little about that?
Yeah, word. At the Artist Lounge, we do it every first and third Friday with my sister, Authentic Poetry. We go by the collective of the other two, TheOtheitoo. We put this together just as a way. Actually, we first put it together because we're working on a project together, and we just want to work out the material live.
Gotcha.
And it kind of grew into something a bit more special where a lot of these artists that have come out, have been like, these are contemporaries of Chance the Rapper. He came from the open mic scene out of Chicago. These are some of his mentors that come in and work with us at the Artist Lounge. So we do it at the Southside Community Arts Center right now. It's every first and third Friday at 3831 South Michigan. You know what I mean? So definitely invite y'all. If y'all in Chicago or coming to Chicago soon, every first and third Friday of the month, come rock with us at the Artist Lounge.
And you know what? You actually got some of that jewelry at the Artist Lounge, right?
Oh, keen eye that you have. Yeah, we feature artwork and jewelry. My man Kwame made this. He actually makes this jewelry live at the set with coppers and gemstones while he follows the crystals in the gym. So a lot of people believe that different crystals and stones have properties.
No, actually, Wow put me up on it. That's how
Wow South from Crucial Conflict.
From Crucial Conflict, shout out Wow. He got the necklace joints and all.
And he made it himself.
Yeah,
word.
He makes it all
so he makes the copper work together.
Yeah, like.
So you know what? So when you go to the Artist Lounge, you're not just gonna see people spit. You're gonna see artists. You're gonna be surrounded with beautiful art on the wall.
That's culture.
It's an experience, and you get to meet these people. Just go ahead, Dometi.
No, go ahead. Thank you, Sonya. Because I undersold it. Yeah, go ahead, sis.
I've experienced it from the beginning to what it is now. The space is, every space is beautiful. You can see how the artist is transitioning into like really their own. And you speak so honest about what's really going on without sounding vulgar. And shout out to Bodie.
Yeah, shout out to Bodie.
He
Cam
performed,
Bodie.
Work. And then that's,
okay.
And then it's how, and it's
I'll
just
put in work. Shout out to Cam Bodie and Mr. IT.
I felt like I was like at a Chief Keef, like that energy was just like,
yeah, it's like a poetry set, but it's not your normal poetry set. We turn up.
Exactly. So my point is, you're not just gonna sit there and just you're really gonna experience real art, real artists from Chicago, the real deal, and it should be on film.
Thank you for that.
And it needs to be documented.
That'd be dope.
For real.
Thank you for that. We got to work on that. We need to work with the Urban Grind team so we can get that.
What inspires you right now? Like what motivates you and what inspires you to be as great as you gonna be?
Man, I ain't even gonna lie. Right now, I'm like probably the least motivated I've been in a long time, and I don't really know why.
What reason?
I don't really know why.
I kind of.
You can't. What you think?
Okay, sidebar.
Damn.
Like we're friends outside of this.
Yeah.
So And I also know that you work at a place where the topics that we discuss, because I work there as well, full disclosure, can be pretty heavy.
Word.
Because we're talking about Chicago and like the ugliest face of Chicago that they portray on the media. We're trying to battle that every day alongside the reality of it. That people are getting shot and killed every day in the back, and we got to report this every day. And you do such a good job.
Thank you, sis.
Every day. So maybe in Chicago, we've been going through some things, and it's really heavy on the heart. So maybe
I never thought about that. I never thought about that. And I think that's really what it is. Like, I'm a news anchor journalist by trade, right? So you report, it's murder after murder, Pierre Lyons, Quan McDonald, name after name, Rakia Boyd, and you report on this. And you don't even think about it. You think you go home, you turn up, you drink, you chill, you relax, and then you go back to work. But lately, man, just getting up and following into a routine, it's like working out. Nobody likes working out, but if it becomes part of your routine, you do it. So the work that I'm doing, like be it music, be it hosting the lounge, I'm just going through the motions, and hopefully I get out of this funk. But it's honestly, like you said, Esco, that probably is it, man. Like reporting on this day after day, it brings your spirit down sometimes, man.
Gives you that vibe, like that ugly energy, huh?
And I see you, and it's like a reflection of somebody who works all the time, and you don't really have time to just chill. So when we do chill, you're just like, damn. Did we tell that person to vote yet? Let me see.
Right.
Things that go on our mind, but
so I'm good at chilling and smiling and throwing a smile on. But in general, so I'm just motivated by the work, and just getting it done, man.
And another question. So you're working on these panels and moderating and working with people and places like the Chicago Urban League and WYCC.
Mm-hmm.
So does this kind of help you? Kind of release some of the stress or some of this burden that you get at your other job?
It helps you. It helps you because you feel like you're starting to work toward a solution. So they have these things called on the table discussions, where across the city, different organizations will have talked about how to bring up Chicago neighborhoods. So there was one at the Chicago Urban League. There was one at chapters of the NAACP in Chicago that's still working. Black Lives Matter type organizers get invited to these groups and stuff. So I was at it. And I was at the Chicago Urban League's one, and I hosted one for the Illinois Campaign for Political Reform. And we were talking about, why Chicago's so segregated, right? And the reason segregation is a problem is because, resources in schools in the hoods and black and brown hoods don't look like they do on the north side. You know what I mean? So, we talk about how do we change that? And so you had the vice president of the Barack Obama Foundation there. Superintendent Eddie Johnson was up there, like power players. But like you said, you're so thinking about the work, you don't really pause to take pictures with folks. You really just talking, what are you going to do for my people? You know what I mean? Like, what are you really going to make happen for us? And so it's therapeutic because you get to voice these concerns. On the other hand, you wonder if all of the stuff that you talk about is getting taken out of the room and applied the way it needs to. And in some cases it does, in some cases it doesn't. Some people are doing the work, like Craig Futterman. He's a University of Chicago law professor. He was sitting at the table I was at the Urban League. Yes. And he was the guy who... Go ahead.
He said that there was this contract, right, with the police department, what do you call it?
The FOP, the police union.
Right. And about, releasing records and not, and if we were, and you just have to ask for them. Just so much stuff. But I have another question.
What's up?
So your music, does it help? The
Artist Lounge, yeah.
Like your music, rapping, going through all this.
The Artist Lounge is my release
on
that end. Yeah. And lately now what we're going to start doing is recording the Artist Lounge. I freestyle up there. And lately I haven't been writing, I've just been freestyling and then going back and writing it down and stuff like that. So the Artist Lounge is really that release for that because a lot of the activist community comes out. Those people who shut down Town, Chicago on Lakeshore Drive. Yeah, Michigan Avenue and all of that. They come to the Artist Lounge, you know what I'm saying? And they kick it with us. And that's where they turn up, you know what I'm saying? Is where the freedom fighters turn up and kick it, you know what I mean? So, that's kind of where I release some of that frustration, but we just get to be ignorant for a day, you know? So that's what the music does for me right now.
It's a tradition here on the Booth Radio at the end, those that can do. And when they do, they kick a little something, so maybe we can get you to come back. And
oh man, I would love that.
A little cipher. We got a couple people in here be doing their thing. So.
And speaking of radio, hey Dometi, aren't you part of a radio show?
Yeah, I host actually my own podcast called The Brainstorm with Dometi. Just thinking about these ideas. Every time I'm thinking about what my next venture is going to be or what idea we think, like what we're doing right now is brainstorming. So just with thought leaders like y'all, I interview them and we just chop it up. So in the past, I had David Banner on who, we know David Banner from what he used to be on, like a pimp. But he's like a cultural critic now and speaks and does a lot of phenomenal work. So we talk about that. He told me for the first time, he's born in Chicago. A lot of people
I didn't know that.
They shipped him to Mississippi on a pound of weed.
Wow.
He told me that for the first time on the podcast, on Brainstorm with Dometi. So I talked with him.
Wow.
Yeah, exclusive right there. So you can hit up brainstormpodcast.com. It's that simple to check out those interviews. I interview Michael Eric Dyson, who wrote a book called The Black Presidency, talking about Barack. Interviewed Dr. Obari Cartman, who right here from the crib, but he's just a super smart psychologist. One of those genius type dudes where you just want to pick their brain,
So when you wear all these hats, what's your end game? Like, what do you enjoy the most?
I was gonna ask that. Like, how do you find a balance in all of this?
Because you also have like an economics degree, people. Like, you're just so brilliant.
Oh man,
You're the bridge.
Oh shucks, you guys. You guys, shucks. Now, I was thinking about this the other day, man. I really just want creative freedom. I want millennials, since they're calling us that right now. Like, I want young folks to know that you don't have to pick something. Just be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of people in this industry. I can't even, like, at this point, what does Diddy do? Is he a producer? Is he a businessman? Is he a liquor salesman?
He's just a brand.
He just did.
He's just a brand. He's just Diddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So right now, my goal is to get to the point where I'm just Dometi. So depending on what area you might know me in, you might like, oh, that's the rapper. If you know me news, oh, that's the moderator. That's the, but I want people to know that I can have on a dashiki today, some Timbs tomorrow, and a suit on Thursday. Word. And that doesn't change who I am or the message that I'm trying to deliver. So just creative freedom, man, is what I'm looking for.
Another question. Dometi, wait, is that your birth name?
Yeah. Word. Yep, that's my birth name. It means the backbone of the family.
Okay.
It's Ghanaian. Both my parents, born and raised in Ghana, came here in the 70s. And I've been in Chicago all my life. I went to Ghana for the first time in adult life last February, and I took 25 people with me to Ghana, man.
And you're going next year, right?
And we're going again next year. So if y'all want to come hang with me, man. We're going to Ghana.
I ain't never been to Ghana.
How do I get to go with you? What do I have to do?
Y'all right. So we're taking the Urban Grind TV in the booth.
Can we ride a zebra? Can we ride a zebra?
Y'all can rob a deer, bruh, if y'all want to, man. If y'all know Kevin Hart, man. Listen, y'all can go to dometi.net/Ghana. That's DOMETI.net. And you can hit /Ghana, or you can just click on the menu and find the information. But it's $4,000 to go next year. We're going for the 60th anniversary of the Ghanaian independence.
Oh, wow. And that was the first country to gain its independence from colonial rule, right?
You better break it down today. That's my best friend. Yeah, G. It's Ghana was the first country on the continent, man, to break from colonial rule and get independence. So this is the 60th anniversary coming up in March. So we're going down there to celebrate that. We went to the schools and gave out some school supplies. I mean, we really kicked it. Went to the markets. You know what I mean? Like,
I saw your snap.
Yeah, the snaps was lit. My snap was lit, man.
Is that a palm tree?
Yes, G. It was lit.
Is that a peacock across your yard?
Yeah. What? Yes. You seen it.
I'm not asking you personally, but do they have medicinal medicines, alternate medicines?
It's illegal there.
Is it?
Believe it or not. Believe it or not, it's illegal there.
Really?
Yeah. I know, right. Surprisingly, man.
The way my account's set up.
Right. I don't know if it's enforced the way. No, actually, okay, it's enforced, but you can get it, but it's illegal. But it's crazy because it's illegal in Jamaica.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. No, it definitely is.
Yeah,
it definitely is illegal.
You wouldn't think that, right?
In Jamaica.
No, the government really is with the Rastafari.
They're not with that.
They're not with it. They're not with. I mean, and it speaks to. I don't want to get into a whole thing about it, but it speaks to colonial rule, because what was traditionally indigenous to these places, like English is the national language in Ghana. There are literally thousands of languages in Ghana. Why is English the national language? Because British colonial rule. Same thing happened with Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So they impose these rules that don't even make sense to the people who live there. It's such a part of their religion. They don't even do it to get high. They do it to connect with the higher power. And it's like a spiritual thing. Right. And it's outlawed in their own land. So it's kind of crazy.
And criminalized here. So we got to decriminalize it here as well. So the United States has that mindset as well.
Man, legalize it. What else Sean Paul say? But yeah, so I don't know. It's crazy, man.
Where can they find you at on social media if they're looking for you? Where they should be looking for you, not if they looking for you. Where they should be looking for you at. And when this Non Finito album come out, where can we find that at?
It's actually out. It's out. Non Finito is out. Yes. Okay. So you can check it out right now by where you can find me on social media at Dometi, DOMETI_. Or if you just Google Dometi, my website will come up. My social media should come up. DOMETI.net. Click music. Click Ghana. You can see all of the stuff that I've been working on for a while.
We got Dometi in the building, man. Y'all see we getting in right here on the Booth Radio. When we come back, we got the homie, man. Speaking of breaking the Yankee, we broke his record right here. And, we rocking with it. So when we come back, we got the homie King in the building. Y'all stay tuned.